Has not been ruled out for today's Cranbourne Cup winner, Universal Ambition. The 4-year-old qualified for the $1 million race on Saturday week, but trainer Alan Williams will talk to the owners first before deciding on a start.
$70,000 in prize money was up for grabs for the 15 starters in the Cranbourne Cup, and for many, a win would qualify them for a start in Saturday week's Caulfield Cup. The 2,050-metre race was run at a muddling pace, which developed into a sprint home. Gary Murphy showed great patience on Universal Ambition, who was always in the box seat.
Apollo Run kicked away, 150 to go. Universal Ambition's out, he's the one. Universal Ambition claimed Apollo Run with 100 metres to go, then Race Hope out wide. Universal Ambition broke clear though and wins the Cranbourne Cup a length and a half. Race Hope, Apollo Run in the photo for the miners, then the...
Trainer and former jockey Alan Williams, who won the Cup on licence fee in 1979, almost lost the promising 4-year-old in a freak accident at the beach 2 weeks ago.
He actually got away at the beach and went over the end of the pier, actually. The end of the wall into the water, yeah.
Williams said a start in the Caulfield Cup for Universal Ambition was not concrete, but the more it rains, the better his chance would be.
If the tracks become heavier, he can handle a heavy track, so who knows.
And the placings on the Cranbourne Cup, 8, 5 and 9. Universal Ambition returned $4 and $1.30. Second Kiwi, Raise Hope, $1. And Charge got third on protest over Apollo Run and paid $2.25.
Meanwhile, today was also the official opening of the Spring Racing Carnival. The launch took place at Myer, Melbourne. The Minister for Tourism, Steve Crabb, also opened the Great Racing Century exhibition. The Melbourne Cup Carnival itself will be televised live on Channel 10. Dan Malicki for the 10 Evening News.
Former Commonwealth... Good evening. 4-time Melbourne Cup winning jockey Harry White today won his appeal against the careless riding charge and will ride at Caulfield's Big Guineas meeting on Saturday. White's appeal was upheld after a hearing that lasted just over an hour, and now the champion hoop is chasing a Caulfield Cup ride.
Harry White arrived at the VRC headquarters confident of beating his appeal against a suspension handed out by VRC stewards on Saturday at Flemington. Stewards said White, who rode non-pareils, caused interference to Black Ombre and Centro, which almost caused the latter to crash through the running rail. But after a 60-minute hearing in front of the VRC committee, the decision was reversed and the champion jockey will be available to ride on Saturday.
The committee, I must say, were very fair, gave me a fair hearing, and they said that there was a doubt, a reasonable doubt, as to I was a victim of circumstances and not actually a careless riding charge as I was charged with. So I was very happy with their decision.
White's engagements for Guineas Day include non-pareils in the feature event and the Steve Richards pair, Arc Regal and Holiday Lover, but he's still open to offers.
Must be a frightening experience, though, 2 days before the Caulfield Guineas, a real start of the carnival, and to not know whether you'd be there or not.
Well, it might be a good thing. It gets your adrenaline flowing at least, so anybody wanting a jockey on the ball, I'm the man.
Well, good news for Harry, but chaos hit the spring plans of several top-class horses following today's deluge. Dan Malicki says it now looks certain that Stylish Century and Kingston Rule will miss the Caulfield Cup, as well as the Guineas meeting on Saturday, while Superimpose is also doubtful in the Caulfield Stakes.
Rain and plenty of it hit Flemington overnight and this morning, causing some trainers to hit the panic button for Saturday's Guineas meeting at Caulfield. What was to be one of the best days racing of the year now looks certain to be depleted by scratchings. Flashy Chestnut Kingston Rule goes backward on wet tracks and will be a definite non-starter in the Caulfield Stakes unless the weather makes miraculous improvement. This will almost certainly cost him a place in the Caulfield Cup, a tragedy because the import has been jumping out of his skin on the track. There is nowhere near as much concern about stablemate Solar Circle lining up or the Tommy Smith-trained Stargazer. Shane Dye rode Solar Circle in work this morning and will be aboard in the $250,000 race. Stylish Century wasn't even an acceptor for the Caulfield Stakes despite working brilliantly this morning, and trainer Bill Mitchell is facing a big dilemma.
We've got him in the Coonji on Wednesday as well, so we might go that way in the Cox Plate instead of this way in the Caulfield Cup. Really, with the weather like this, it's a bit up in the air at the moment.
Stylish Century will miss the Caulfield Cup, but stablemate Liverstone Lane will run on Saturday and in the Cup. The David Hayes-trained Planet Ruler slushed through the rain-soaked woodchip track, and he's a definite runner in the Toorak Handicap, a race he won 2 years ago. A decision to start Superimpose in the Caulfield Stakes won't be made until Saturday morning, but Lee Friedman has entered the 5-year-old for the Coonji Handicap next Wednesday. Kiwi Rough Habit will make his Melbourne debut in the Weight for Age race. Trainer John Wheeler isn't worried about the damn track.
And last week at New Plymouth, there's a lead-up run to here. He ran third to Horlicks and Mickey's Town.
Does he handle the wet?
Well, I'd prefer a good track, but I don't think it'll inconvenience him too much. He's had a bit of practice on it at home.
John Seaborn's Carnival officially starts at Caulfield tomorrow with 4 feature races. The track rating at Caulfield is rated at slow tonight, and as Dan Malicki reports, some trainers are still contemplating scratching their star horses.
The Victoria Amateur Turf Club hosted the annual Guineas Eve lunch today, and trainers of some of Australia's best horses were present. While enjoying lunch, David Hayes was contemplating starting Planet Ruler in the Toorak Handicap.
This morning when riders were declared, Michael Clark elected to go for King's High because of Planet Ruler's poor record in the wet, and if the weather continues, he'd be a very doubtful runner.
Colin Alderson has put stable apprentice Simon Price on the Guida in the Guineas.
Now that he's had the run over the mile, maybe a little bit short for him. His mission is the Derby, so but he has to race in these type of races to lead in. The stake money's good anyway, so I don't at least have to back him in these races.
Surprisingly, the track here at Caulfield is dead, perhaps no worse than slow. So some of the doubtful starters for tomorrow's fantastic Guineas meeting might well be running, including Superimpose. Lee Friedman won't make a decision until tomorrow morning.
I'll probably have a look at the track this afternoon and make a decision. There's no prizes for scratching early, so we'll wait till the morning and make a decision.
To the tips for Caulfield: the Quadrella 7, 8, 2 and 7. Quad Extra 8, 2, 12 and 6. Daily Double, the first leg the Guineas, 8 Somalia, 9 Storeya and 14 Flash Fighter. Into the Toorak Handicap, 12 Ricochet Rosie, 7 Petrero and 3 Shaftesbury Avenue. The Lucky Long Shot, race 7, number 12, Ricochet Rosie. Dan Malicki for the 10 Evening News.